a fight. A fight and someone has to die. It's not like you win, you score a 3 or 4 touchdowns, and no. It's either one of you has to go out alive and the other one will be buried there. Sometimes the people will fight wild animals, tigers and lions. Yani demawi, it's really blood and they're happy with it. 80,000 people cheering people, who's going to kill who? And that's how the mentality. It's either you are in the monastery, a monk, you have nothing to do with this, or you are at the stadium watching this kind of a game, and they have actually even the uniforms. They said they will divide the stadium into the blue side and the red side, and nothing new. Wallah, nothing new. Al-bashar, hum al-bashar. Until today. But alhamdulillah, today nobody's killing anybody. Nobody's killing no one in these games. But now it's actually a lot of millions. I think it's the new slavery. The slavery of the 21st century is what we see today. Some of the scholars, they're saying, scholars of Masihiyya, for example, in the book called تاريخ المسيحية في ضوء العلم المعاصر, يقول انتهت الوثنية. لقد انتهت الوثنية لكنها لم تلقى إبادة كاملة. He said the polytheism and the paganism was done. But it was not eradicated. But actually it came back in different forms. In the forms of worshipping of the saint and al-qassisin and al-awliya and in the Christianity. We're talking about the Christianity because that's the empire, the Christian empire. So you can see that except a few people who are still doing the tawheed, everybody is on the wrong track. From المسيحيين, I'm talking about المسيحيين, الإمبراطورية الرومانية. So الإمبراطورية الرومانية, in 2 words, was one of the most oppressive regime that existed. And in a constant war with the other empire, which is the Persian. What's the Persian Empire? The Persian Empire is الدولة الفارسية, and it was much greater than the empire, the Roman Empire, but it was almost ruling the whole East. The Eastern Hemisphere was almost under their rule. And كانوا يعتبرون أنفسهم كسرى كانوا يعتبرون أنفسهم من نسل الآلهة. يعني they were thinking that we are from a divine blood. We know what that means for them. It means that you can do whatever you want if you belong to Kisra, if you belong to the family of Kisra. That's actually another oppressive regime. For their ibadah, one of the writers who wrote Iran at that time, he wrote Iran at the time of the Persian Empire. He said, كان واجبا على هؤلاء الموظفين أن يعبدوا الشمس 4 مرات في اليوم وإضاف إلى ذلك عبادة القمر والنار والماء وكانوا مكلفين بأدعية خاصة. This is their deen. They used to worship الشمس, the moon, the water and the fire. And they used to have actually people, especially with the fire, where the ubbad, their temples, the fire cannot be distinguished. So you have to watch it. You have to make sure that the fire is always on. And that's where their deen was at that time. So you can see it has nothing to do with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala مقت الإمبراطورية الرومانية أو المسيحيين لأنهم تخلوا عن دين التوحيد. مقت هؤلاء لأنهم عبدوا النار. ولهذا مقتهم كل الهند. إنديا عريقة. This is the Roman Empire, this is the Persian Empire, and there is the Indian. The Indian, they had a very interesting, it still exists today. If there is somebody from India can tell us actually what the Indians, their problem actually, in their religion, probably the most paganism or polytheistic nation in the world is in India, where you have thousands of gods until today. Anything that moves, it can be considered as God. Anything. Not only that, but also they divided the society into 4 categories. طبقة, the category طبقة الكهان ورجال الدين, وهم they call them البراهمة. Brahmas. طبقة رجال الحرب, the generals, ما هم شتري. طبقة الفلاح والتجار, wish. وطبقة الخدم, shoulder. What's the difference between these? Let me tell you the difference. First of all, كانوا يعتقدون, وهذا اللي خلى كانوا يعتقدون, there is 3-4 categories. One is the Brahmas, Kshatri, Wish, and Shoulder. So they divided the society in 3 levels. Here is the religious leaders, here is the generals, here is the business people, and here is the layman, the regular people. And the top one, which is Brahmas, they think they're created from the upper side of God. And the shoulder, which is they're created from the feet of God. So they cannot sit with each other. They cannot talk to each other. They cannot, all they have to do, they believe that this their lower class have nothing to do but to be servants of the upper class. That's it. And actually, believe it or not, it's still existing. It still exists today. From that time, it's still existing. And you can see that why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala مقت العرب والعجم. العرب لوثنيتهم والعجم لهذه and they will talk about Buddhia and all of this حالات that we talked about. Now, هذا a bad empire, Persian Empire, a bad Christian or the Byzantine Empire, a bad Indian society. Let's talk about Quraysh. قريش من الناحية السياسية. قريش from a political perspective, state. قريش ما كانت القبلية, tribal system. In a tribal system, it's a very interesting system. A tribal system is that, first of all, I will be with my brother against my cousin regardless, and with my cousin against the stranger regardless. There is no such thing called oppressor and oppressing and ظلم and عدل. It doesn't exist. You're not from my tribe, I'm against you. That's it. That's one. Second, they put this major decision in the hand of one man. اللي هو شيخ القبيلة. شيخ القبيلة هذا في وقت مضى كان شيخ القبيلة, he earns it. He earns it with his generosity. He earns it with his hikmah, wisdom. He earns it with... Today, actually, it's not the case. Still the tribal system. Tribal system, he has mazaya. He has good things and bad things. The bad things we were talking about, for example, أن الناس هو يعقد معاهدة الحرب والسلم. رجل واحد, one person. He can declare war and he can declare peace. One. يوقف يقول الله خلاص. That's it. And that's actually very bad. And one person can make this major decision. People actually can fight each other for years because he thought it's a good idea to fight. And that's the tribal system. ما كان عندهم دولة العرب. They didn't have any state or anything. They were just living in the desert, tribe here, tribe there, and actually they have their territories. And you don't come to my territory. And we'll talk about it. We'll see how bad was these territories designed and put in place. They used to give Sheikh al-Qabila min al-Ghanima. First of all, al-Ghanima, which is the spoils of war. When you bring them in, they give him al-Mirba', which is 1/4. And he has to take whatever he likes first, and then we'll give the rest, distribute the rest to the al-Qabila. And they will always keep him up on the side of others. The quality of the tribal system, or the good quality, is the freedom. You have that freedom. You're not really tied to a system, tell you what to do day and night, and do this and don't do. So they were actually free. That's they were free. And also, like I said earlier, actually مقولة انصر أخاك ظالما أو مظلوما رغم أنها الآن حديث، لكن هي مقولة للعرب قبل. العرب كانت تقول انصر أخاك ظالما أو مظلوما. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وجهها. العرب used to say help your brother whether he is an oppressor or an oppressed, and leave it that way. معناها I'm going to help you regardless. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he said the hadith, when they said this in front of him, he said, help your brother oppressor or oppressed. He said, how can we help him? When he's an oppressor, he said, تَرُدُّهُ عَنِ الظَّلْمِ. Then you stop him from being an oppressor. That's انصر أخاك ظالما أو مظلوما. الاقتصادية economy عرب ما لم يكن لهم ذكر. قريش لا يذكرون بين الأمم. قريش لا يذكرون من بين الأمم. قريش they didn't have factories, they didn't have agriculture. The only thing they had is التجارة, the trade, business. And that's من الله سبحانه وتعالى عليهم لإلاف قريش إلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف. الله سبحانه وتعالى أكرمهم بدعاء إبراهيم عليه السلام. قريش بوثنيتها لا تستحق. قريش with their paganism and polytheistic way of ibadah, they don't deserve to be really provided for and taken care of. But Ibrahim عليه السلام made the dua, and Allah عز وجل استجاب الدعاء. لكنهم كانوا تجارا ماهرين. They were very good in business. They were very good traders. They go south, north, they go to all parts of the world just to get this business, and they created the hub of business in Mecca. They created a hub of business in Mecca, so that's go and you take something, you come and you bring something, and so on and so forth, and that's قريش. قريش من الناحية الاجتماعية. And it's very interesting. Then why this? This is interesting because we're going to see how it affected the life of Sahaba later on. How Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is the environment of the Sahaba of Quraysh.